Are you ready, Gabby Spencer?
I'm so ready.
I mean, is this your first podcast to be on the other side of it?
Yeah, in person. I did one, I think it was over COVID. I did like a Zoom call meeting and I had my own podcast, which we can talk about.
Which we will talk about.
But that was also virtual. So this is my first time having an actual recorded conversation in person.
Welcome to Get Real, Gabby Spencer.
Yes.
So Gabby is my intern content creator, but just a total badass. And you got such a great story that we were like, you know what? It's time not just for you to be making the content. You need to be in the content, and we need to share your story because your story is so special, and you're so special.
Thank you.
And that's what this podcast is all about. It's just sharing people's heart and souls and letting people in to know that, like, we are all in this life. We all have things going on with us, and, like, everything is such, like, our lives are unique, and they are not, everything that happens to us in our life can be for a bigger purpose.
Absolutely.
And I feel like you are just such a walking example of that. So we'll get into your story here in a little bit. But first off, what the freak just happened?
Guys.
On the elevator on the way up here. Please tell us, because why was I shaking like a teenage girl who just met like Justin Bieber in the 90s or 2000s, whenever
I
it
was
was.
quaking.
You like screamed.
It was insane. We run into these people in the parking garage on the way up, right? And they're like, "Oh, we're meeting an artist here. If you guys want to, if you know who it is, you guys can like." Because we're at iHeart.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
Lots of things happening. And I was like, "Oh, who is it?" And they say, "Mr. Fantasy."
Who's Mr.
Gagged.
Fantasy?
Caroline didn't know, so
Gabby
I said,
gasped. She's like, and I was like, what? What? Who's Mr. Fantasy?
and then we waited for him to come up, and we waited for him in the lobby, and he gave us a hug, and he told us that we were beautiful, and
We fangirled hard. And the funny
my
thing,
life is made.
what a great way to start this podcast. The thing that cracks me up about myself is, like, I'm 42 years old, have no idea who this guy is, and I'm like shaking and weak in the knees because I'm
the
nervous.
only one that like filmed it, and she was like, "I'm getting all of this on video."
And
So
Gabby's over
funny.
there like, oh my
I
gosh,
was
oh
just
my
like,
gosh.
"Hey."
So explain who Mr. Fantasy is, because for all of these people who don't know, which was me,
Yes.
it's very confusing.
Yes. Okay. So if you're familiar with the show Riverdale, there's an actor whose name is KJ Appa, and he has created this persona outside
And he's on
of
the
Riverdale.
show
Yes,
of
he's
Riverdale.
on the show of Riverdale
His
as
character is like,
I think Archie. I
okay,
think
like a main character
Yeah.
on Riverdale.
Yeah. And so outside of all of the filming and all of that stuff, he has created this separate persona entirely. Allegedly, they're the same person, but he will not confirm nor deny. So
How genius is that?
right,
I mean, what a genius
leaving it
marketing.
up to speculation
Yeah, and he's in character all the time.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now Mr. Fantasy, the character, has started releasing music to kind of, further push this persona.
And like, he's actually good.
And he's great. Like, you'd think because he's so like eccentric that he wouldn't be good.
But he's
Because
so good.
he has such an outgoing and like odd personality, but he's very talented. So
Gabby, me, Mallory, who works the front desk at iHeart, and Abby, who's our producer, we're all just like standing there waiting for him, freaking out.
it
And
was like the tiny little elevator lobby too, and we were all just like ducks in a row, just like waving.
I felt like it was like the Beatles, like Beatlemania, and he comes on, he's like, "Oh, hello, have y'all been waiting
Oh
long?"
yeah, and he's British too, which makes everything better. So
My accent was terrible. Sorry about that. Not
No,
trying
that
to
was
offend
great.
anyone with my British accent. But oh my gosh, I mean, what a jolt to the system.
I know.
It feels fun to be a fangirl.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
we've been blessed with the fangirl gene.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good time.
It is.
So way to start our
Yeah.
day.
So happy Wednesday.
Happy
Good morning,
Wednesday.
everyone.
I mean, fun. It's Valentine's Day week, so we're just
Right.
starting with lots of love and
Lots of
excitement.
love.
And I mean, was that one of your? How many celebrities have you met now?
Oh, probably like 3.
Okay.
I met Why Don't We?
Why don't we?
Yes,
Is the
they're
name of a person? Oh, a group.
they're a boy band.
A boy
A
band.
former boy band. They're no longer
Oh, they
together.
broke up. Okay.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
but it's okay. I know, rest in power. But
Rest in power. That's
Yes.
right. That's right.
but I had VIP for them, so
Obviously.
I met them. And then one of my old jobs, I used to work on 12 South at Serendipity, and Steven Sanchez, the guy who sings "Oh, I used to say I'll never fall in love again until I found her." Do you know that song?
I'm so old. No, I
Okay,
don't.
well that's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
It was trending on TikTok, so that's okay.
Okay, well I rarely go on TikTok.
Well, there you go. But
Do you
anyways,
find all your information on TikTok?
yeah,
Is that how you
I-
discover new artists too?
yeah,
That's where the youth. That's where y'all hang out.
it's
isn't it?
true. It's because the TikTok algorithm is like, it's so beneficial for artists because anything can go viral on TikTok.
Like you could go viral,
Mm-hmm.
and you are amazing.
Thank
Tell
you.
us the name of your group.
I made a trio with my two best friends. It's called the 223 Music, and
That was your room number?
yes, that was our freshman year dorm number.
Okay.
And
The 223 music group.
yeah, just
Okay.
we just call it like the 223, but
The 223.
on Instagram and TikTok it's the 223 Music. But
I mean, because y'all could go viral. Anyone can go viral. That's the thing with music today. Used to back in
That's
the day,
true.
you had to load up in a van, go play the clubs, go play the clubs.
now you add 5 hashtags to your video, and if you get the right group of people, it'll push it in the algorithm. The only time really that we've had a video, we've had a few videos that were actually seen by the people who wrote the song that we covered, which was really cool.
How do you know? Do they like comment or something?
They'll either comment, like it, or like post about it on their story, or all three, or
What'd you
none.
get? What'd y'all get?
We've gotten story posts, we've gotten comments. We will tag them in our stories, and they'll like the story in our chat with them. So we've had
Who
minuscule
reposted?
interactions. We've had a group. Well, this is like sort of not really like a repost, but there's a K-pop group actually that we like. They're called
You love
Rise.
K-pop.
I do.
Are there
I
lots of
do.
K-pop groups?
Oh yeah.
Did you like them before K-pop Demon Hunters, or did that kind of like? send
No,
you
actually, that sent me down the rabbit hole.
Okay.
But my roommates really liked K-pop, so that was kind of like.
You went to New York to watch K-pop, right?
Yeah, yeah, I did.
Okay.
I flew to New York to
Committed.
see a group called Rise, which is the group that we actually ended up covering.
And they
So,
liked your story.
They did, and
Okay,
they
so you're,
commented
like
on
basically
it.
friends. At this
Basically,
point.
yeah.
Okay.
They commented, which was huge.
Oh wow.
And then on TikTok, if they like a video, it gets reposted to their page under their liked section. So like we are like chilling on their Instagram page or their TikTok page. So if you go to Rise, you'll see us.
You are in their orbit.
Yeah. And the part of the reason why we were like, we're going to sing a K-pop song is because we knew that if we got the right hashtags, because they love hashtags. So we were like, if we use the right hashtags, it'll get in front of their entire like fan page and fan group. Fandom is the word I was looking for. Yes. So we were like, we'll get the right people to get eyes on this video if we add the right hashtags. And there's not a lot of people dance covers are really popular, so like people will learn the choreography of these songs.
Do you dance a lot also?
Like for fun.
Like
for
on your videos
sillies.
though?
No, not in our
Y'all
videos.
sit and harmonize because y'all are like
Yeah.
major harmony trio.
Oh yeah.
And y'all like have big range.
We park and bark. We don't
Park and bark.
we do not dance.
Okay, I love that.
But yeah, I was like, I used to be a dancer, but
What kind of dance?
okay, get this. Irish dance.
Is that why you have clogs?
That's not why I have clogs.
Which I love your clogs.
I'm wearing clogs that I thrifted today, and I'm very proud of this thrift. So
It's a good thrift.
Thank
and
you.
we were talking earlier because I have some thrift stuff too, and I'm always like, who wore this? What is your story?
yeah,
Are you infiltrating into my existence now?
yeah,
And hopefully it's all been positive. So.
yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we decided to do a singing cover because most people just cover the choreography. And I was like, I'm going to challenge myself and learn some Korean and see where it goes. And we ended up getting, I think it was like 54,000 views, something like that, like 11,000 likes, which is just like big numbers for us because like we had less than 1,000 followers until
That's right.
Christmas break.
The 2,
So,
2, 3.
yeah.
Getting up in there.
Getting
And
up there.
Like I said, it's anyone's game. It's the Wild West out there.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is kind of wild because there's no formula anymore. But then also it's kind of great because there's no formula anymore.
Mhm.
So like you don't have to like move to a big city
Right.
and like devote your whole life to like
Yeah.
following this this weird rabbit trail of making it in the music business like you used to. Now it's like you literally just like show up and you post all the time.
All the time.
Is that a thing for the youth? This like y'all post all the time?
Yeah, pretty much. We like if you are pushing a song, creating the formula for yourself where it's like, oh, you're sitting in front of like the fireplace or on the couch or like outside in the forest. Like if you're sitting in a place with cool scenery and you just put the lyrics up on the screen, like 9 times out of 10 it'll do pretty well because people just like to sit and listen
And see a visual that they like.
Yeah. And captions are great. People love captions. I am a caption lover.
Okay, me too. But I also love AI for that because they've really helped me with my captions.
That is
Do you
true.
use AI?
Yes, I used to type out the captions and it just got so tiring.
Well, and also like they're just not nearly as good as using an AI caption.
It's true.
Wondering about this in school because you're still in college. You're in your senior year.
Mm-hmm.
do people use AI all the time for school? Because like back in my day when I was in college, you have to like write a whole paper.
You had to like do your work.
You had to like do your work. Are people
Yeah.
just not doing work now? Is like learning how to use AI effectively? Like, is it considered cheating at this point? I mean, because there's no escaping it.
Yeah. So yes and no. There are specific classes like in my major. I'm studying creative entertainment industries. So like all of iHeart is basically what I'm studying.
So if you like this internship, I hope you say
Oh
yes.
yes.
Okay,
This
great.
has been so fun. I
Yeah.
love it.
Gabby's making all my content pretty
it's
much. I
true.
do some of my trending stuff, so I mean, I actually can do some of it. But
It's
Gabby
true.
is doing a lot of it. So all the content. Thanks, Gabby.
You're so welcome. But yeah, so I have classes that are specific to learning about how to use AI. So like it's encouraged in my entertainment classes because like you said, it's not going anywhere, but we can't depend on it fully. And that's kind of like the stance I take is it's there as a tool, not to replace people's jobs. And so learning the right ways to prompt AI is kind of what my classes are about. But there are classes like third year writing where you do get in trouble for using AI on assignments
How do
that
they
you
even
like
know?
ran out of time to do.
How do they even know if you use it?
They have like software that you can plug the like documents into and it'll scan it for AI, and those track like the patterns of speech that the robots typically use that humans should be more creative about.
I'm like wondering in like 10 years, what is our robot human ratio going to be?
Right?
I know. I'm trying not to be freaked out about it.
I
Like,
know.
I'm hoping we don't have some sort of Terminator situation, but
I know. I
hopefully
feel like
they'll
we're getting
be-
close.
I know. Like
we're
I go
getting
down.
scary close.
Sometimes I go down rabbit holes and I'm like, I'm freaked out about the future.
Mhm.
But I think everyone has always been freaked out about the future.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, just got to stay centered and just keep doing you,
Yeah.
staying true to your calling, staying true to your lane,
Mhm.
just like, not getting too overwhelmed with all the things that are coming.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
I know. What I'm holding on to now is people are the ones who come up with the original ideas that prompt the robots. So right now they are not fully autonomous.
Until they get
And they still
smarter
need
than
us.
us and
I know,
they take
so-
over. But not to be morbid on a
I know.
Wednesday.
My mom literally, she like thanks Chat GPT. She's like, I have to stay on the robot's good side. I have to use my manners just in case something happens and like the robots get smart.
That's
but
hilarious. Okay.
yeah.
So speaking of mom, you love
Yeah.
your mom.
I
Let's
love
talk
my
about
mom.
your childhood because we have gotten into this several times,
Mm-hmm.
and I love this story. You were born with a beautiful birthmark that is like half a butterfly wing
Yes.
on your face.
Yes.
And as a kid, though, that's it's hard to have something that makes you stand out in
Absolutely.
any way,
Mm-hmm.
and especially like on your face because
Mhm.
everyone can see it. So talk to me about your childhood, what it was like when you realized you had this birthmark,
Mhm.
and how that shaped your view on yourself
Yeah.
and your view on life, like
Yeah.
how to navigate life in this wild world of
Yeah.
existence.
Yeah. So yes, like Caroline said, it was called a port wine stain. It's a vascular birthmark, and there are 9 different types of vascular birthmarks or related symptoms. A port wine stain is basically the malformation or mutation of blood vessels. So in my particular case, my blood vessels in the left portion of my face are larger than regular blood vessels, and they're also open on the end, which is why you get that kind of pink color. Growing up was definitely challenging because there was no one around me that looked like me. And I don't think I really realized that until I got to elementary school and I started going on the playground, and there were people who like were siblings of my classmates who weren't really used to the way that I looked. And, I had kids literally running away from me because they were afraid that they were going to like catch some disease from me. And, we're kids. So,
It's a lot as a little kid.
It's a
It's
lot.
to process.
Yeah. And so I just felt so guilty that I was scaring people, and like I was the cause of people's discomfort because of something that I couldn't help about myself.
So you felt shame about it.
Oh yeah, for a long time. And like that's part of why I started writing music, is because that became my outlet. I mean, one of the first songs that I wrote was called Warning Label. And basically the whole chorus is like, I wish I came with a warning label so that before people even met me, they'd already know my story, so I didn't have to explain it every single time I met someone new. And so it just got really tiring, and
the toll that takes on a little heart for
Yeah.
you to feel responsible
yeah.
for people not knowing how to react to something they're not used to, but for you to take that on as such a little kid, that's so heavy.
Yeah.
Because you said it was a blessing and a curse.
Mhm.
Did it feel like mostly a curse in the beginning?
Mhm. It was really hard, because even if it wasn't like, I think when I first started feeling like insecure about myself, it was in elementary school and middle school, and it was because of my birthmark, because, you know, people would call me names and they'd say things about me, but if it wasn't about my birthmark, then, you know, it was about like my weight. So it's like no matter what happened, I couldn't do it right, you know? And like that was really tricky, because, you know, I was so young and I was on this journey of figuring out myself. And learning how to love myself. And it wasn't until I was in, I think it was like 7th or 8th grade, my mom took me to a Sephora, and I sat in the chair and I was like so excited to get my makeup done, because I was like a big kid and one of the older kids in school. And I was sitting there, and this girl came over and she was like, "Don't even worry, you're in good hands. Like, I'm a birthmark specialist." And I was like, "Period, that sounds awesome." And I was sitting there, and she's bringing over all this foundation. She's putting it on me, and I was so excited. And then I look at myself in the mirror, and for the first time in my life, I didn't recognize the person looking back at me. And it was in that moment that I realized my birthmark is part of who I am, and I would be doing myself a disservice if I didn't own the fact that it is there. And like, if I spend my whole life trying to hide, you know, I called it my true colors, but like, if I spent my whole life trying to hide my true colors, like, who is that really helping? And so,
Gabby, you're so profound and wise to be so young.
Thank you. It was a devastating moment, really.
So
like,
it was devastating when you couldn't see it.
Yeah. And I
So
like
your whole life you had been kind of wishing it away.
Mm-hmm.
And now here's a chance with makeup when you can actually cover it up, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know who I am. I can't see myself."
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a profound, incredible, an awakening moment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like, I ran out of the store. I was like, I wiped it off my face. I like ruined my t-shirt. I was devastated. It was my like favorite band t-shirt at the time, but I was like wiping it off, and I was like, I never want to go back in there. I didn't go to a makeup store for like years after that, because I was like, I just can't, because I don't know what the balance is between, like, you know, doing makeup to make myself feel good and doing makeup to make other people feel good about me.
Oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
what a journey your whole life. So did you feel insecure your whole life until that moment?
I didn't really realize it until,
which all kids are insecure.
Yeah, it's true.
You add on these layers.
Yeah, I think I didn't realize that I was making people uncomfortable until elementary school, where I was like in a space with a lot of people all at once. That's the really incredible thing, is that I was so lucky to have a community as like a really little kid, that like my parents, they called it a beauty mark instead of a birthmark.
It is a beauty mark.
Yes, my whole childhood they instilled in me that like, this is a beautiful thing about me. It's like angel kisses and like all of these little things.
It makes you stand out.
Yeah. And like the kids, my neighbors are awesome, and so we played all the time, and like they never really asked me about it, because, you know, we were so young at that point that it just like, we paid no mind. But as soon as we got to elementary school and people started asking questions and like, what is that? But it wasn't like I'm curious about your story. It was like, what is that? And it was kind of like they were disgusted by it, just because it was so foreign to them. And so it was that kind of questioning over and over and over again that was like really tolling.
What did that do to your emotional state? Did you ever just like want to give up?
I never wanted to give up, but I think it made it really hard for me to trust people and trust that like my friends were genuine. Like, a belief that I had as a kid was that, you know, I thought that the reason people were nice to me and didn't ask about it was because someone had already told them. Like, I was convinced that my parents went to the principal of the school, and the principal found like the 3 nice kids, and they were like, "This is Gabby. This is her situation. Go be nice. Go be her friend."
You had really sweet, wonderful parents.
I had wonderful parents.
You have currently.
Yes, they're great. They're still great.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen. Like, my friends in elementary school were just genuinely nice, but I was convinced that like someone a third party had kind of like picked my friends for me.
Like nobody was just being nice to you to be nice to you because they liked you.
Yeah.
It was
I believed that it was like
almost like we're trying.
It was doctored.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think that did numbers on my trust with people, and just knowing that, knowing that I could be just liked as a person and not as a person with a birthmark was a very foreign concept to me. And it's crazy looking back that, I was in 5th grade thinking these things about myself. And yeah, it wasn't until COVID hit that I was able to find a community online that I really felt seen in. I had a friend who has a lucky fin, which is he was born with not all of his fingers developed on his hand when he was born. And I saw that he posted on Instagram with this Lucky Fin Foundation. And I was like, wait, that's a really good idea. So I was scouring the internet and looking for some type of birthmark community online during COVID, and I found one called the Vascular Birthmarks Foundation.
Are all vascular birthmarks on the face?
Not all of them. They're all over the body.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And a cool thing about birthmarks too is that since they follow your blood vessel pattern, every birthmark is different. So no two people with a birthmark look the same. And I like to call us little human snowflakes because it's so cool that like no two people look the same.
So you found a community.
Yeah.
Online.
Mm-hmm.
And what did that do for you?
It completely changed my outlook on life. So I was finally seeing people that looked like me and were celebrating it and were having a facial difference or a vascular birthmark their entire identity. And the cool thing is they put together monthly Zoom calls specifically for youth with vascular birthmarks. So we had an ambassador who led the whole thing, and it was just an excuse for all of us to be in a Zoom call together.
Powerful.
So
y'all
powerful.
Are all in this together, realizing that you're all in this together, and it's a beautiful thing. And there's community is so important.
It's so important.
It is so important.
And so I was for the first time meeting people who looked like me and following people on social media who have what I have, and
it's like a superpower.
Oh
now.
Yeah. It completely changed everything. And, I remember they also were just so supportive in general. Like anytime someone was doing something in their own community, they'd post about it in our group chats so that we could celebrate each other, which was huge because this community represents people from all over the world. And I remember they asked me to write a song for them, and I sang it for them at like a Christmas Zoom call that we had. And so it was like my gift back to the community for being so supportive all this time was a song called Topic of Conversation. And it was all about owning the fact that you are what people are going to talk about. Regardless of what they're saying, you are what they're talking about. And you should own that. You should own the fact that like you are cool enough and important enough that people care enough about you to talk about you.
Heck yes.
Yeah.
So now when you walk into a room full of new people, like when you go to college, you started Belmont and you're walking into a world of, young adults. How do you armor up? Are you nervous? Are you like prepping yourself, or are you just being like, I'm a badass. I know I'm amazing. God made me just this way I'm supposed to be. I feel loved and empowered. Like, what are you doing to prepare yourself for walking into the world in new situations?
Yeah, I think I definitely am an extrovert. So in situations that are new, I'm either like I have two like modes. I'm either so quiet and shy and I just like sit and wait for someone to address me, or I go into the room with confidence because I know my purpose of being in that room and I know who I am as an individual. And I feel like my birthmark is not necessarily something that I think about anymore, which, is an ode to my friends and family and my support system. Like they've never made me think about it. They've never asked about it until I'm ready to tell them, which I think is huge because I know that, curiosity is such a powerful thing. And, I want people to ask me about it. And I think I believe in my heart that that's why God gave me a birthmark that was on my face so that, people can't ignore it and people want to ask me about it and I can talk about it. And so I think having that confidence in myself and really changing my perspective of my birthmark and how I look and how I carry myself really impacted how I walk into new situations.
And the thing is, and we've talked about this before, everyone has a birthmark per se that they're carrying within. That they're hiding a lot of the time. Yours is here for the whole world to see. It's forced you into this like immediate having to address it immediately because people are addressing it for you
Yeah.
and making you, be aware of it. But everyone has these things that they're insecure about, or these things that make them unique, that once you get on the other side, it is a superpower. But a lot of times people can't see it and it stays hidden for so long, I feel like it's just human nature. No one is born without something.
Right. Yeah, we all have things, and I think it's definitely like I decided when I wanted to start releasing music that like I wanted to take the one thing that I was the most insecure about and make that my name. Like I wanted to own it. I wanted to own the fact that like I know it's there. I know it's a thing. I know it's different, and that's really been able to, like I said, kind of shape the way that I talk to people and go into new situations.
How has your faith played a part of this? Was there ever a time when you were mad at God and when you were young and be like, why did you do this to me? Or have you always known deep down that God was there with you?
I think deep down I always knew that I always knew that I was given a birthmark for a purpose. And I think that was something that like my parents even told me as a kid because, they didn't want me to be insecure about it. They wanted me to own it. And that was something that they taught me from a very young age. And I think our faith as a family kind of played into that.
It was your family very like God-centered?
Yeah, so I started going to church actually when I was in second grade, and I joined the choir. Who's surprised? And I was super involved in like youth group and youth band and the adult band and all the bands.
So second grade, did your family, were y'all not spiritual before?
We were, but my mom grew up Catholic and my dad grew up Lutheran, and then my brother and I were both baptized Lutheran. So I think for the first little chunk of my life, they were just kind of like figuring out how they wanted to raise us and like what kind of church they wanted us to attend. And then we ended up finding one that worked for our family in second grade. And we have been going there up until like last year actually. And then my parents just switched churches to non-denominational because they were inspired by the church that I go to here in Nashville.
Where do you go?
But I go to Cross Point.
Oh, it's such a great church.
Such a great church.
Such a great church.
Yeah.
Kevin King.
Yes.
He's so good.
He's so good.
Yes.
But yeah, so we've always been a very spiritual family, and that has only gotten stronger. And I think from a young age, like they called my birthmark angel kisses. Like it was always shown to me as a gift. And I think it didn't really occur to me to be mad at God because I think I genuinely believed as a kid and still believe now that like I was given this birthmark for a reason, and like there's a reason it looks like a butterfly, and like that's a cool thing. So like if people are asking about it, just like talk about that, And I also think like I have gotten very lucky because there are other birthmarks that are painful and even more of like a health risk, and not like there are some birthmarks that cause bulging of the skin, and so I'm very lucky that my skin is very healthy and it's not very different from like normal skin, and so basically my health condition could have been much worse, and so I think because I like it and like I feel good about it, I'm able to confidently speak about it and not necessarily like think of it as a bad thing that deserves to be, like I deserves to be frustrated with God about, if that makes sense.
Totally. So also as a kid, you moved around a lot. Why did y'all move around a lot? Because that's also adding to anxiety as a kid.
Yes.
You're already dealing with these external things in your physical reality, and now you're moving.
Yeah.
So how did that play into your upbringing and shaping you as a human? And why did y'all move so much?
Yeah. So we actually, our home address always stayed the same, but I kept being redistricted in like the school system, which was crazy. So in second grade, they built a new school. So I ended up switching to the new school.
Did your friends switch with you, or did you have to get all new friends?
All new friends.
Did you ultimately like that, or was that a good thing or a bad thing?
I thought it was a good thing because then from second grade to fifth grade, like I didn't really realize what was happening, I think, in second grade because I was so young. And then from second to fifth grade, I stayed at this new elementary school, so I was able to kind of make those friends. But then middle school hit, and our elementary school split off into 3 different middle schools. So then that's when I was split off from my friends for the first time. And then when high school rolled around, all of my friends from like from Falston Middle School, my districted middle school went to Falston High School, which is right up the hill. But I was like, I'm going to be a marine biologist, was convinced. So I applied to and got into this school that had a magnet program for natural resources. And this was like 30 minutes away from my house in northern Harford County. And I started taking classes there, but then again, this is like an entirely new group of people because they came from North Harford Middle School. So first 2 years of high school, I'm with an entirely new group of people. And at first it was really fun. And I had like the theater program to plug me in, and it was great. And then I decided I don't like the smell of fish. So maybe let's not pursue a career in marine biology. And then also COVID hit. So I was like, okay. And
so you were in high school when COVID hit?
Yeah, I was in.
Did you do online school?
Yeah, it was my sophomore year, and it's funny. I remember low-key being really excited when COVID happened because I was in this like all-state choir, and we were learning music, and
all-state choir at the marine biology school.
Yeah.
So you're doing like the magnet school plus theater. So it's kind of a cool school.
Yeah. Oh no, it was a very cool school.
Like very like centered on the creative and like
absolutely
a career.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like they literally had a farm on the campus, and we had like a cow and a llama and 2 horses and like pigs. It was really cool.
That's a great school. Okay, so but I'm guessing you left this school after.
Yeah. So yeah. So
I love this school.
It was really, really cool, and I think I was in the process of getting a boundary exception, so I didn't have to stay in that program, but could still be at the school because I didn't want to leave my friends. But when COVID happened, I remember being like, okay, I have this music that I have to learn, and I'm really stressed about it. I don't have time. And then I got in
theater.
Yeah, and then I got an email that like it was canceled, and I was like, period. And then I was like, okay, 2-week break, like this is gonna be awesome. And then we never came back, and I was like, oh, less awesome.
So
and
the back half of your sophomore year?
Yeah, back half of sophomore year. And then my brother at the time was going to an all boys Catholic school, and the way that they were handling online school was just a lot better than the system that my school at the time had set up. And so my parents were like, hey, let's explore our other options. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so then the last 2 years of high school, I attended a Catholic high school, which was crazy because one, I'm not Catholic, and two, it was junior year that I just jumped in, not knowing anyone again. So yet again, I'm making new friends.
So this is kind of like
all the things
teaching you so much, though. Like you're learning how to adapt. I mean, changing schools is so hard as a kid.
Yeah.
As changing environments is so hard. Period. But like you're like really learning how to uproot yourself and then reground yourself and then uproot yourself and reground. That's like it's like a huge. I just imagine like pulling up a tree and then like replanting it and then pulling a tree. I mean, but I guess the more you do it, does that muscle get easier? And do you realize that, hey, I'm actually good at making friends? And also you're, like you said, dealing with like, you know, the thoughts of having to introduce yourself with the birthmark and everyone having to get to know you again. Maybe it just makes that reflex like it's not as daunting as it. Does it get less daunting?
Yeah, it gets
more daunting.
Yeah. It gets less daunting because, you know, even in like the school system, every single year, like your classes change. So I was kind of used to that. But what kind of sucked about it was the longevity of the friends that I was making. I have noticed that throughout the years, like I haven't tended to keep the friends that I've made. Like it feels like every 2 years it's like a cycle. I like lose somebody that I was like really, 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 really close with over the past 2 years.
You just change into a whole new environment.
Yeah. And like that happened after elementary school. Like there was only one person that I talked to. After middle school, it was still the same person from elementary school. High school, the first high school, only like 1 or 2 people that I still talk to. And then I don't talk to anyone from my most recent high school. And then, I mean, even in college, I've had, you know, seasons of friendships where people kind of like fade in and out, but I've gotten so numb to that I feel like I am not the best at maintaining those because I'm so used to people just kind of fading away. And so fighting for people is something that I'm like recently having to like learn how to do.
Is there has someone popped up that you're like, I need you in my life forever, I need to fight for you? Or like, where did this revelation come from?
Yeah. So I have a friend who she's very, very different from me, but she has stuck by me throughout all of college. And there will be times where like we fight or we disagree on things, and after we argue, we'll notice more and more differences in the two of us. But I'm realizing now that that doesn't change how much I like care about her or how much she's shown up for me and cares about me. Even though in this moment of like hardship, I feel like it would be so easy to just walk away and drop it all. But at the end of the day, like, she is one of my best friends in the whole world. And like, I can't imagine going through college without her. And so I have to remind myself that like, she has been there for you and she's shown up for you. Even though she shows her love and affection differently, that doesn't mean that it's there any less of the time. So,
and that is such a good revelation to learn, because I mean, the world needs to learn this in general. Like, we don't all have to agree, do things the same way, see stuff the same. But if your core ultimately comes down to like, I love you, I'm here for you, I'm going to show up for you, fight for you, then that's great, you know, because of course we're not all going to see the world the same way. That's a really big revelation to learn. And also, I'm a firm believer of a reason, a season, or a lifetime, you know, because like, you can't keep up with everyone. There's just no way. You don't have an emotional space for it, and like, you'll spread yourself too thin. So I think honestly, you having these like 1 to 2 friends that you take with you from each of these experiences shows those are the ones that were meant to last, you know?
Absolutely.
I mean, so they're your true blues.
Yeah.
So you really have kept up with some strong relationships. I mean, I look back on my high school and I have like 2 friends from high school. I have, I think, just about 1 friend from college that I keep up with. I had a hard time making friends in college.
Did you?
I went to Belmont. I went to Baylor my first year, and my sister went there, and like my whole family had gone there in Texas, and it was great. I had a lot of like friend acquaintances. Like, I was very plugged in.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Belmont, transferred in, and I just shut down. I did not know how to find my voice. I was so insecure. I thought everyone already had friends, which you were learning how to do way better than I was, because I had kind of stayed with the same friends my whole elementary. And then I did transfer high schools, but then I had made a strong high school friend group. And then I went to Baylor, and I had all these friends that I had known, and I had my family there, so I was like very safe. And then when I went to Belmont, I was like, oh my gosh, everyone has friends. I just assumed no one liked me. I don't know why that's just a natural assumption, just to assume like, oh, no one likes me, like no one wants me here, which is not true, I don't think.
No, definitely not true.
But I believed that in my head, so I like had no friends when I was in Belmont, like none at all, except for like 2 friends.
Yeah.
And so like, I learned that lesson kind of a little later than you, of just like learning how to adapt and how to make new friends and how to just get right involved.
It's a scary thing.
It's so scary.
Yeah. I think
people can be mean, but people can be great. But it's just like, you have to throw yourself into these new
You have to be like so overly confident, because
being the new person, it's so hard.
It's so awkward.
It's so awkward.
It's so awkward.
But it is a wonderful thing to know how to do. So, I mean, that is a great skill set. And it's going to serve you well in your career, especially
I hope so.
in this career that you're pursuing. Which, tell us about what you are pursuing.
Yes. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm studying creative entertainment industries, and I have a minor in social media marketing. So
gosh, that's so smart. I mean, like, I think honestly, learning how to like navigate and understand and make money off of social media is key.
That was, I mean, I had this like come to Jesus moment, literally, like after my sophomore year of college. Notice a trend. It's like always sophomore year. 2 years.
For you.
I'm telling you, every 2 years, something big change happens for me. So let's see what happens after this year. But
you're a senior. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a senior.
Well, you'll be graduating.
Oh, gosh.
You'll be in the world.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's going to be great. You're going to do great.
Scared.
You're going to do great.
But yeah, so I basically I came to Belmont as a music therapy major, which is basically using music for non-musical purposes.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah,
because
very,
music
very
was
cool.
So helpful to you. Is
Absolutely,
that why?
absolutely.
This sprung from your own personal story.
Absolutely, yeah. So it was not only because it was beneficial for me as an individual, but in church I was super involved with like the special needs community and like the older people in my church, and we did like drum circles, and I had this mentor back at home. Her name is Jess. She's amazing, but she was a music therapist, like a freelance. So I kind of she took me under her wing, and I learned a lot from her, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, I can help people by doing something that I love, and that's like ultimately my goal in life, is to, you know, do something that is fulfilling but also like fun. And so came to Belmont as a music therapy major, and then realized after sophomore year I was doing a media day for my a cappella group, which, guys, I've had like the weirdest hobbies ever.
What are your hobbies?
Oh my gosh. So growing up, I was like on a bowling league and I did Irish dance.
Are you like a great bowler?
Like, no.
You just did it for fun?
Yeah, my best friend from elementary school, her name is Megan. She's great. She went to college for bowling, and like her dad was like a minor league.
Bowler?
Yeah,
Can
she's
you, like, have a
the
job
coolest
as a
ever.
professional bowler?
Yeah.
Is she going to?
No, she
Oh.
ended up quitting bowling, but
Dang
that's
it.
I know. No, I know.
That'd be fun.
I know, but she did go to college for bowling. And so when we were kids, we were on like a Saturday morning bowling league together. And then I also did taekwondo, and I did
Do you still remember taekwondo?
like a little.
That is so great to learn how to protect and defend yourself.
I know how to kick. I can do one kick, a roundhouse.
Straight in the penis.
Yeah, there you go. Knock them out.
Knock 'em out. That's what I tell my daughter. She's in Krav Maga, and I'm like, listen, always hit straight for the penis.
Yeah, hit him where the sun doesn't shine.
That's right. Knock them out.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
You hit him once, and then you knock him on the head, and then you run away.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
And scream. Your voice is your most powerful weapon.
This is true.
Yes.
But yeah, so did taekwondo, and what else? During COVID, like started the podcast, which was like so random,
Was
and
that
it was so
Are we
fun.
going to pick it back up? What's the podcast
Maybe
called?
it was called the Imperfect Podcast.
Okay, and what did we talk about?
And I basically did kind of what you do, where I like interview people and just like hear their life story. And I had someone on the podcast, I think it was like every 2 weeks or something like that. But it was someone that I considered an expert in a certain field. So like I had people from the Vascular Birthmark Foundation talk about birthmarks. And then I had, this is a crazy story, but there was someone who was on American Idol. Her name is Emma Klein. She was from my hometown, and I found that out through like mutual people and like my guidance counselor at John Carroll, which is where I went. And she was on American Idol and is Nashville based. She's incredible. She's a singer-songwriter. And so I reached out to her in the Instagram DMs, and I was like, hey, like, what are the odds you want to talk about your experience on Idol? And she was like, absolutely. And I was like, this is my big break, guys. This is my big break.
This is it.
My big moment. But it was so fun, and we got to just like talk about, you know, being from Maryland and what she's doing in Nashville and all that stuff. And then when I came to Belmont, we actually got coffee together, and it was so sweet.
So you've really found a lot of joy in the internet, like
I
in social media.
love it.
Like you have carved it out to be a wonderful community building place for you,
Yes.
not a dark hole of
Yes.
disgust and
Yeah.
sinister ulterior motives
Yes.
from disturbing people.
Yes. Yeah. No.
Good.
No. Social media has been. I love existing in the
love
social
that.
space. The through line of all of my random hobbies was like creating an Instagram account and doing some sort of media. Like I would even on my family trips make vlogs that are still on YouTube. Don't look at them, but I
Gabby
like
Spencer?
Gabby Mark on YouTube.
Gabby Mark. Is that your name or Gabby? Is that your middle name? It's Gabby Spencer.
It is.
So tell us about Mark.
I have so many things to talk about,
know.
but yeah. So Mark it's a pseudonym. It's for birthmark, kind of like taking that and owning it,
love
making
this.
it my name. But believe it or not, it's actually my brother's middle name and the name of my dad's brother, who unfortunately passed away like way before I was born, because they have a 10-year age gap. So I was never going to meet my Uncle Mark, but the people who did know him and have met me say that I have a lot of similar traits to him. So it's kind of my way of honoring my uncle.
I love that
Yeah.
so much. What do you want to say to all these young people and people who are, you know, in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whoever's listening, who have always felt like they're a little different or felt like there's something they're insecure about or something they wanted to hide? What do you want to tell them?
A motto that I had throughout my whole life was, it doesn't matter what you look like or where you come from. If you have a dream, do it. And that's been a huge thing for me to remember, because at the end of the day, it's like if you are willing to work hard and you're passionate about something, you can change your mind as many times as you want, but chase your dreams and don't let anyone else get in the way of you doing what makes you happy.
What happens if you don't have someone in your corner who's supporting you? Where can you find support?
I think the biggest thing that I would recommend is like looking for people on social media. Like there are always niche pockets online where people are feeling the same way as you. I just think anywhere that you can find community is really important, whether that's like something at your church or that is like a book club, just like anything where you can get plugged in with people on a regular basis where you can show up for each other. I think that is so important. Like if you weren't blessed with a community, go make your community.
Okay, and last question I want to ask about your parents, because I'm a parent and I love seeing kids who love their families and who have been supported by their families. Tell me what you love about your family so much and how they have always been in your corner.
Yes. So my dad is one of the hardest working people I know. He is a self-employed tax attorney.
Go Dad.
In Maryland. Go Dad. And everyone, PSA, turn your taxes in on time or I'll find you.
Or your dad will find you.
Or my dad will find you. But yeah, no, he is, self-employed, and he is just so caring. Like, he is the epitome of what it means to live with a servant's heart. Like, he is just so caring and always puts everyone else first. And so, like, to be so unapologetic about loving and caring about other people is like something that I have learned from him.
Just a sweetheart.
Yes, like genuinely like the most golden retriever a golden retriever could get, like he's just great. And my mom is my best friend in the whole wide world. Like she's like my sister. She's my best friend, and she has a little bit of spice to her every once in a while, so we can be sassy together.
Good.
But
you can be real.
We can be real.
You can honestly speak your truth to her.
Yes.
Like if you can disagree, and you don't have to, like, you're not just like the child and she's the parent.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Be honest.
Yeah.
That's
she
great.
she knows everything that's going on in my life, and I call her probably like 3 times a week, just to like hear about her life. And yeah, no, she's just incredible. Like, she is another person who just like, she loves with her whole heart, and she has, both of my parents have, but my mom in particular has just supported every passion of mine with her whole heart. Like, I remember when I really liked Why Don't We, the boy band, and we went to the concert, like, she made her own decal for a t-shirt where
she's in it.
She's so in it. She literally, it said like, she used all of the song titles to like write a little note out to the guy that
she's like more in it than you, maybe.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and like that's always the case. Is anything that I'm interested in, like she's like, okay, 100% we're in.
I love that so much.
It's been incredible, and
she's just right there with you.
Yeah, and my grandparents are great too, and my brother is awesome, and they're my core group of 5 back at home. I don't know.
What a blessing to have a family like that. That is like, you are rich in life when you have a family like that.
Yeah, I'm like, everything else can go down in the dumps, but like my family and my support system back at home, like, I would genuinely not be who I am or where I am if it wasn't for them.
Amen. I love them so much. I tell that to Sunny all the time. I'm like, you can always disagree with me, and you will never be in trouble if you tell me the truth. I'm like, I just want you to always be honest with me. I want you to feel safe to always speak your mind. You can get mad at me. Like, you don't have to, you're not like subservient to me. Like, you are your own person. Like, speak your mind, and we will have a conversation about it. And I just pray that our relationship continues, like you and your families, because you want to be able to have a real, honest relationship with your kid.
Yeah.
And to know that they just feel so safe to like let you know who they are, what they feel. When they're mad,
absolutely.
When they want to do something bad, tell me. Let's talk about it. And why?
Yeah.
I love that so much, Gabby. I have just loved having you as you're my content creator now, not really just an intern.
Yes.
You've learned so many roles too. You're so quick to learn. I will say that is one thing that I think is just going to serve you so well. You have such a cheerful disposition.
Thank you.
You're so quick to learn. You do what is asked of you, and you do it so well, and you do more, which I think is just so crucial for like life, So many people just kind of like half-ass it, don't really like, they kind of just like turn something in. It's kind of like, okay. But like, you really like, you put your heart into it. Like, you're really trying hard to make it like great, and you want it to be great. And I can feel that. And you want to be great in life. And I can also feel that. And you're pursuing things not just because like you need a check on your your college credit, or you're just trying to like get through something. Like, I can tell like you're really like putting your heart into your passions, and you're being strategic about where you're putting your time and energy, and you're really wanting to learn, and you're really wanting to do a great job, and you just have a great personality too.
Thank you.
I know you're going to go so far in life. You already are going so far in life.
Thank you.
At just this ripe young age of what, 21?
21.
21? Oh my gosh, you're so wise.
Well, hey, I have learned so much from you just in the past few months that we've worked together. Like, it's been so incredible to be in this space and to hear your story, but also the stories that, we're filming in the room together. And
stories are amazing
they're
to hear.
so amazing.
It really makes you just realize, okay, we're all just trying to make it. Nobody has it figured out. Nobody.
Yeah. But I am genuinely so grateful to just be in the room. So thank you.
Well, and thanks for coming on the podcast. I'm so happy that you could share your story with us and get to learn about you even on a deeper level.
Yes.
You know, I always wrap up with leave your light.
Yes.
So it's just super open-ended. What kind of inspiration do you want to drop?
I think don't be ashamed of who you are. You were beautifully and wonderfully and uniquely made by a God who loves you. And I fully believe that everything has a purpose and everything happens for a reason. And so if you are feeling some kind of way about yourself, learn about yourself and love yourself and own who you were created to be.
Preach! Gabby Spencer, where can everyone follow you, find you, listen to your music, stay in touch with your journey?
Yes. So I'm Gabby Mark on all platforms, Instagram and
Gabbymark.
Yes, Gabbymark, and it's I am the letters.
I am Gabby Mark. Okay.
Yes.
I love that.
And yeah.
I love that. Cannot wait to see how your journey unfolds,
Yes,
Gabby.
thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on. This was so fun. And I'm so happy we got to make Mr.
Fantasy
Fantasy together.
Yes.
What a day.
What a day.
Okay, bye, Gabby.
Bye.